are here with the owner of the Lost Kitchen, Erin French. And, I mean, your show on Discovery Plus is my favorite. It's fantastic. You guys have to watch it. And we are going to celebrate cookies because that's what we're doing all week long. And Erin is going to show us her favorite recipe right now. You're in the driver's seat. I'm your passenger.
Okay, this is one of my favorite recipes ever. This was something we used to have at the holidays all the time when I was a little girl growing up, and we would only have them on Thanksgiving and Christmas. My grandmother would make these, and I would make sure that I was wearing a Christmas dress or, you know, a holiday dress that I could have pockets so I could go sneak in and I could stuff them in because I was just very addicted to these cookies, and you'll find out why. But she would never give me this recipe. Ever. Never gave it to me, even when I started to really get into cooking. Nope, not giving it to me. And she passed away. And then years later, my aunt found this collection of all these recipes from casseroles and, you know, very old-fashioned, like 1960s and 70s food. And I looked and it was like, I think this might be the recipe. And I made the cookies and I tasted my grandmother after she was very much gone. So this is a special recipe. And maybe she's mad at me because I'm sharing it now because she'd never share it with me. And now I'm just giving it to everyone. But I'm sharing it with the world now, but I did add my own secret ingredients so then I can make it mine. But that's what you do with recipes. You pass it down. So, okay, so we're starting, it's with, we started this with some shortening and sugar, and you cream it all nice and creamy with shortening and sugar until it gets nice and fluffy. So once,
that's nice and fluffy. That's just going straight to my inner thighs.
It's going to be great. This is why you only make this twice a year. Okay?
Yeah, literally. I'm like, okay, so that's going to end up there and there. Perfect.
And then the next thing we'll do is we'll just add in the eggs, and you just add them one at a time because eggs like to be incorporated gently. And also make sure they're room temperature eggs because that's just going to be very helpful with your dough so things don't really just get bound up. All right, we've got the eggs in there. We're going to add in the molasses. So that'll make it nice and rich. And then we can just turn this down. I like to turn it off and give a little whisk. So over here we've got the flour, and then you've got all of those spices that taste like the holidays. So, you know, you've got your ginger and cinnamon and cloves, and that just gets a little bit of a whisk in here. And then you're going to gently add it in, and then that'll make our batter. So when you're mixing in flour, you don't want to mix it on high. The gluten will start to form, and then you'll have tough cookies. So you just want to do a little bit at a time.
And we love a tough cookie, but not now.
Not this kind.
Got it.
Exactly. So it's so easy. It just goes right in. And then twist that in. The dough starts to come together really simply. And as it's coming together, there's all this candied ginger. And this is my added touch to my nanny's recipe because I just thought it was a little adult and grown up to add in candied ginger. You keep getting those little ginger bites, and it's delicious. And the great thing about this cookie is that it's soft on the inside, and then it's a little chewy on the outside. So the next thing we do is we're just going to take the dough and scoop it out with our little portioners here. Perfect. So just make your nice little balls of cookie here and then roll them in the sugar because, you know, why not? Sometimes I give them a little press down so they bake just so. And then we'll pop them in the oven. And when they come out, you'll see you've got like the most perfect ginger cookies of your childhood dreams.
How long in the oven, time and temp?
You know, usually for baking, I'm in like the 350, 375 range. And then they bake for about 8 to 10 minutes, and you just want to pull them out just as they're starting to crack because they're almost kind of nice when they're just a little bit underdone on the inside, so they have that cookie gooiness.
It's true. I don't like a dried out cookie.
No. So, so we pop these in the oven, pull
350, 8 minutes, maybe check.
Keep checking.
Cracking.
Cooking is like sailing. You have to constantly watch your environment and move around. But yeah, so they come out and look. They're soft. Cheers. They're soft. Cheers.
Oh, yeah, they are soft. So good. Oh, my God.
It's my grandmother. I love it.
Thank you for bringing us into the moment. By the way, you are such a good storyteller. The apron with the pocket and the stealing and then asking your grandmother and then finding her recipe. Yep. I will always remember.
You have pockets, feel free, load up.
Listen, I'm probably that weird old lady. Like, I will be that woman with like a baguette under her arm and some cookies in my pocket.
I'll be there with you.
Erin French, I'm honored to meet you. I'm in awe of what you've built for yourself. I appreciate you sharing your story with people so that those of us, when we go through things, can be encouraged to believe we can find and do extraordinary things. I really, really admire you, and I was so excited to meet you today. Chefs are my Marvel universe. You're like meeting Thor. So, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go to our website for the full recipe, and be sure to check out Erin's show, The Lost Kitchen, available now on Discovery Plus and the Magnolia app.